Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. This pick a card is what Spirit needs you to know. So what Spirit wants you to know most in this moment. Okay, so before we begin, this is pile 1 with this stone. Pile 2. Pile 3. And just to let you know, as always on this channel, I allow Spirit to guide me from beginning to end in each and every reading. So no two readings are alike as far as the decks that are picked. Spirit completely guides me in the moment so that each pile is customized and personalized to you and your message. Okay, so with that being said, I have been picking the decks on camera, but some people have mentioned that it's a bit slow for them, which I understand. So I may try just picking them off camera, being guided off camera, and so we can just kind of get right into shuffling. But let me know if you do enjoy the picking process and kind of being present with that. And then, if it's more majority enjoy it, I will continue doing it that way. And if not, let me know. This is what Spirit needs you to know in this moment. All right, so I will see you guys in your pile. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. This is what Spirit needs you to know. All right, so if you chose this stone in this deck, this will be your reading today. All right. So I already have all your decks picked out. They're just here with me, beside me. So I'll get your significator card out, and then I will shuffle the rest of your decks, and then we will begin. If you could spend this time even just in meditation, listening to the sounds of shuffling and just focusing on just connecting with Spirit and God and the universe and yourself. All right, so we got quite a few of these cards to begin. Wow, you have a big message here from Spirit. You have a lot to say to you. So this reading might be a few layers, which is all right with me. You guys got mostly tarot. Got about 5 tarot decks and 2 oracle decks. Any more? taking these? Yes, we are. And last deck. Okay, are we taking this one? No. Okay, pile number one. Let's get into your message here. You have soulmate. Gratitude. Wow, a lot of love, a lot of connection. Beautiful. Grief. Impasse. Forgiveness. We have fighting. This is the Knight of Swords. The Page of Cups with understanding. Queen of Pentacles with flowering. Ten of Wands with suppression. The Lovers. The Page of Swords with mind. And I think that's all we can fit for now. So I'm going to leave it here. Take a look. Okay, so what Spirit wants you to know, pile one, is maybe recently you've been fighting with a soulmate of yours. This could be a romantic partner, but this also could be a good friend. It could be a family member. It could be a parent, a sibling, a grandparent. Yeah, a close friend. Okay. They want you, even though things may have been really tough and rough, and maybe what they did really hurt you, okay? Spirit wants you to find gratitude in this connection, okay? Okay, Spirit's showing me two different groups basically here. So there are those of you who are with somebody or in a connection and you're going through a tough time, or you've had a big fight, or there's been some kind of happening here. And it feels like you can't go on. It feels like the death of a relationship or a friendship. Okay, and Spirit wants you to know that you can find forgiveness. Okay, that you can get through this with this person, that you can come back together, that this is a true connection in your life. Okay, this is a soulmate in your life, and you're actually, the hardest times within this connection are ending. Okay, they are ending, and I think we have two cards of the mind, of the swords. Okay, and they both show that maybe we've been in our minds too much, overthinking, overanalyzing, letting our egos kind of get in the way, or letting maybe what we hear on TV or on social media get in the way of truly of being able to forgive, or feeling like we can't forgive, or what they did was too far or too much. Okay, what basically Spirit is trying to get you to do is to come into an understanding and to free yourself of the traps of the mind and the egotism that comes with these things, okay, that like block us from connecting, that block us from flying free and being free and finding forgiveness. Okay, it's literally, there's something standing in your way, and I really believe it's your own ego, or it's, they should have done this, or this was wrong, and it really has caused you a lot of grief, and I'm sure this other person grief as well, okay? But really, what this is here for is to find out who you're going to become through this situation, okay? Are you going to let it overtake you? Are you going to let your ego win and your mind stop you from truly enjoying this soulmate connection, enjoying this relationship to the fullness of it can be? Because guess what? Every single relationship goes through something difficult, okay? And this is going to bring you closer together, okay? That's okay. I'm gonna now switch to a slightly different situation here, where someone may have lost a friend. Maybe you lost a baby to the other side. Okay, maybe they've moved on in some way, and they want you to know that you will love again. Okay, you will love again. And that's the main message here, is that you will love again. Okay, whether it's back with this person or it's with someone else. For some who have lost someone by death, okay? For others of you where you're just kind of in an argument or a fight, okay, this is truly meant to bring you closer together, and it's meant to grow you both into a much more whole and beautiful place together, okay? Because these things can either make us or break us, and ideally they're going to make us stronger. And so they want you to know that the hardest part of this relationship, you are ending, okay? You truly are ending. And it's meant to move you out of the mind, out of the logical mind, or the thinking, or how could they, how dare they do this to me, or triggering a trauma response in us, right? Triggering something where it's like, our mind would never stand down and be like, it's too triggering, or it's too traumatic, or how could they do this to me? You know what I'm saying? Which is actually a trap. It's actually keeping us from being free. And what this is, and what happened here, is an invitation for you to free yourself of the traps of the mind. Even if they did hurt you, and I'm not saying they didn't, I'm not saying what happened wasn't difficult, but it is an invitation for you to find the forgiveness within yourself, and to see what blockage that this brought up within you. What did it reveal, okay, about where you're still stuck within your mind? Where did it reveal things we're still caught up in, okay? Things where our heart is stopping us from being in forgiveness, or being with this person because we want to be with them, right? We do. Our heart wants to be with them. We love them, okay? And so we have to overcome the mind, overcome the ego, and say, my love for you is deeper than this fight, is deeper than this argument, is deeper than a mistake that was made, or what you said, or what I did. all these things. There's something that showed up, that revealed as a block, okay, within our mind, something that is keeping us down, that is keeping us in stress or suppressed. And this, to see the blessing in this, okay, to have it be revealed to us where we are still stuck in the mind, okay, where we're still in the, where our ego is still holding on, okay. You should be, it's like finding the gratitude in this person for being that for you, for being this mirror for you. And if you can do that, you will be freed. Okay, you will be freed of this, and you will find deeper security within yourself, and you will be even deeper in love with yourself and this person, and it will come into a much more stable place. Okay. And we will end the feelings of heaviness, okay, and feeling like it's all too much, and there's so much heaviness, there's so much insecurity, okay, and we have to leave the mind and we have to go into the heart. And what does your heart want? What is your heart saying? Because especially if this person's a soulmate to you, the heart wants what the heart wants, and it wants to come together. It wants to forgive. But our mind will come in and say, no, but they did this and this was wrong. And, it's principle, or it's, it's a million reasons. And trust me, okay, in soulmate relationships, they trigger the very core of your soul, okay? The very fear that you never want to come up against. Maybe it is that intense. Maybe it's not that intense for everybody, okay? But it literally makes it revealed and be like, oh my gosh. And sometimes it kills a version of yourself, or it kills a version of this relationship, okay? But if you can make it through the death, okay, if you can make it through the grief, and you can look at the blockage and you can say, okay, this was super triggering. This was extremely hard to go through, to see where I'm still caught up, and to see maybe this version of this relationship, of this person. But what do I want? Can I forgive them? Can I find the forgiveness? Do I want this enough to forgive and move on and let go? Can I do that? Can I come back together? And if you can, it will become stronger than you ever imagined, and more reliable, more foundational, more loyal, and day in and day out. And you will flower, they will flower. You will be able to be freed. It's almost like a test, okay? And relationships are that. They test us all the time. They see how much karma can you let go of? How much trauma can you let go of? How much grief? How many things are you holding on to that will show up? And it's like, oh my gosh, this, like, I gotta let go of this, or I gotta let my ego die in this way. How much do you appreciate, like, how much do you value your ego versus your soulmate connection, or this connection? Okay, that is true. That is honestly here for the long haul, and here for you, and wants the best for you, and is really beautiful. Okay. Are you going to let your ego win and stop this from happening? Or are you going to let your heart win and love and forgive? Okay, what is it that is blocking your heart from forgiving, or your mind from subduing or submitting to the love? Okay, there's a blockage here that has been revealed, that is part of your karma, that is here for you if you can put it down and put your heart first and put love first and put forgiveness first, you will be set free. You will be set free and you will flower. You will bloom into your best self, into your true version of who you are. You will receive. You will receive, you will grow, you will bloom. And if not, you stay in karma, you stay stuck. You're not able to get past, okay? If you let it win. But if you can melt this blockage, if you can silence the mind and silence the ego, you can have togetherness, you can come together. You can have gratitude of the lessons that were here for us to learn, and the depth of the love that now we can continue to grow in and dive into, okay? And we can have what our heart wants. All right, let's continue. Two of Cups, guys. Come together, man. Come together. It is true love. It is divine love. Okay? And it's going to trigger you. Okay? It will. It will. It's hard. It's not easy. And it's a test. And every time we can put our egos aside and allow our hearts to win and forgive, we get to go closer and deeper. And we get to join together, okay? And so right now you may be being tested. This relationship may be being tested, okay? Our soulmate is something you really earn. You get to meet. But to keep that in your life, you gotta put your ego down, because it's two becoming one. See that? They're joining together. It's two becoming one. There's no space for these egos in these minds. Okay? There's no space for it. We got to learn to put it down. We got to learn what's truly important. Is my love, is my connection with this person truly important to me? And of course it is, right? Of course it is. So we got to put the ego down, as hard as it is. Say goodbye, cry it out, let it go. You know what? But you're going to be a better person for it. You're going to grow. You're going to be more you. Okay? You're going to blossom. You're really going to transform into something even more beautiful. Eight of Cups, ordinariness. This is the work. Okay? This is a work into making a more beautiful life every single day. Into making our flowers bloom and more beauty. Okay? More unique beauty. Making our everyday life a better place to be, a more peaceful place to be, because we know what it takes to make a harmonious life and environment. Okay? We're not just being like, oh, I couldn't, those people, I'll never forgive them. Okay. They're bitter. Right? Don't be bitter. Don't turn bitter. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. What's worth it is this connection. What's worth it is love. And in living a beautiful life, a humbled life. And love humbles you more than anything. It humbles you in the biggest way. Oh, you think you're a big shot? Okay. Let's see what your soulmate thinks about that. It's just, you have to face your deepest fears. You have to see what's there, and you have to face it. And you either have to, you melt it away, you get past it, or it stays up, and real connection might die, or it doesn't grow. It doesn't turn into the beauty that it can. You don't merge into the one. You don't become two. You don't become one person. It really does happen. Like, you really share thoughts. It's crazy. Like, you really do share everything. And there's no separation. It's as soon as you have a thought, they speak it, or vice versa. And so that is what we're moving into. And so put it away. Nothing's worth it. This is part of your karma to melt away. Three of Pentacles. There's so much about building and growing and you know, coming together. Ace of Swords. Yeah, look, bruised and bumped. Yeah, that's how it happens. Okay, we work, we build, we're bruised, our egos are bruised. Okay, but look, but we win. But we get the sword, we get the prize, we get the victory. Okay, we get the crown. We're okay. Yeah, you get bumped and bruised. Okay, your ego's a little bit sore, but that's all right, because you have your love, you have your person, you have your other, and that's what counts. That's the most important thing. Five of Pentacles. Look at that. 10 of Cups, guys. I want to put these on their own. Okay, we're going to read this here as well. This is the work, okay? This is the work. And there's so much you guys are building. There's so much you guys will build. And you will have victory. Okay, you will have victory. And look, we're coming out of the Five of Pentacles. We're coming out of lacking something. Okay, maybe you guys are building, building a career foundation, one way or another, a home, a family, right? A life together. Whether that is just a friend, or it is a family member, or it is a lover, or, you know, whoever this is. It's your child, perhaps, or your parent, okay? But there's something here where we're coming, this is what this is trying to get us past, is this feeling of maybe not having the love, or not having that connection, or not having that day in, day out solid person, or that solid feeling of comfortability. Okay, and so we are being tried here. We are being asked to grow so that we can experience, because this is the outcome, this is the reality of where we're being brought to. The 10 of Cups, that's what we're building here, that's what we're mastering. That's why it's like, are you going to do it? Are you going to put your ego aside so you can have this? So you can have ultimate happiness, ultimate success, fulfillment of your heart, of your soul. Okay? And have everything with this person, because guess what? You're not going to have this if you can't put your ego aside and let it go. Or you can't take responsibility for things that, okay, I'm going to give examples here. You're with someone, they do something you don't like. Let's say they talk to somebody right here. They talk to someone in a maybe more than friendly tone. Maybe you take it as something, but you have trauma from the past. Okay, so in your mind, it's triggering as flirtation. Whether that be the truth of what they are doing or not, to you, that's what it feels like. Because maybe in your past you've been cheated on. Maybe in your past your parents have done something, and so it's reminding you of that feeling. Okay, so in your mind it's true. Whether that be the truth of this situation, we don't know. And so we have to put our ego aside and say, look, whether they were doing that or not, maybe you freaked out. Maybe you created a fight. Maybe you guys started arguing, right? You have to come to the realization that you may be just triggered. Maybe it was true. Maybe it did happen, okay? But you have to put your ego aside to explain yourself. to say, look, whether or not this was actually happening, whether or not this was actually purposeful on your part, this is an example, by the way, okay? It doesn't have to be this. This is what's coming through. I messed up. I got triggered, okay? I have to learn a new way to communicate that to you, okay? Because I love you so much, or I care about you so much. What happened there triggered something within me. It made me afraid of losing you, okay? Then there we go. Now the communication is open. It's out there. I put my ego aside, and instead of just blaming you, I took responsibility for what I was feeling in that moment, because I do not know the truth of your intention in that moment. All I know is how I felt. Okay? And so I got to be open. I got to be honest. I got to put it aside, and instead of blaming you, instead of just saying, oh, they did it, that's it, they're out of my life. You do not know the truth. You know how you felt. And so we have to communicate. And at least, even if they did, which is not your issue, you can only figure out you. Does that make sense? So you got to take responsibility for how you feel in that moment. And then they can either take responsibility for themselves and say, look, maybe I did talk to that person in a way that was inappropriate, and for that I feel really bad, or I'm sorry, or I was just trying to be friendly because they were helping us out, and I really had no intention of doing that. Then at least it's out there. Then at least, okay, now we can talk. Now we can put it out there. We can say our part. All right? So that's just one example. But you really cannot put the blame on anyone else for how you feel, because you do not know if that is a trigger, because we are still working out our triggers. We're still working out our karma, okay? And so we have to take radical responsibility and acceptance for how we feel, especially in a relationship, because it can ruin it so quickly. Because walking away is so much easier than sticking it out and trying and putting our ego aside to say, look, this really hurt me and I really want to be with you. So what do we do? Okay? It takes way more work and way more effort to show up every day, to come together in these moments. But that is the work, and that is how we get to here and out of here. Okay? Out of feeling left out in the cold, out of feeling alone. Okay? Because until you can open up in that way, until you can invite them in to your most vulnerable moments and your hardest, encounters, or your hardest thoughts, the things that you think will turn them away or destroy it, if you can be open and vulnerable with them, if they are truly your soulmate, which your reading is saying they are, okay, they will accept you, they will love you, and it will not destroy this. You can feel safe. They are safe to do this work with. That's why they're your soulmate. That's why they're here for you. Because they're not going to run when you go, look, I'm feeling jealous right now. Honestly, straight up. I'm feeling jealous right now. Okay? I'm saying this because I've had this happen with me. Okay? That's my example. And it's going to be different for every single person. But I had to put my ego inside, look, this is what it is, okay? And this person, he's my person. And so he didn't run. It was hard. We got through some tough times together for sure, but we made it through, and we are, oh my gosh, we'll never get back there. We'll never be there again. Okay, we got through a lot of our own karma. We got through a lot of lack in our lives, a lot of insecurity. Okay, a lot of us are here to grow with somebody. Not all of us, okay, but a lot of us are here to grow with somebody, and that means the things are gonna come up. But that means as well that you have someone who can take your stuff, okay, and help you turn it into love. help you feel loved and accepted. Okay, for all of the things that you find or think that are unlovable or will ruin it. But you have to risk it. You have to risk it. Okay, and the right ones will stick by you, and you will find forgiveness within each other, and it will bring you closer together than you ever thought imaginable. It will make life, you will master life. It will make life every day become more peaceful and beautiful. You'll make new colors. Okay, you'll make beautiful, beautiful things, beautiful creations, a beautiful life. Okay. And we have the Seven of Swords. We have Kairos. The Empty Room. The Tear. The Father. And the Five of Cups. And the World, baby. The world. We're making it through. Okay, we're making it through the sadness. We're making it through the grief. Maybe you guys, you lost a baby. Okay, you lost a baby and you're like, I don't know how we're going to make it through. Okay, but that's why this person is here. We have to share, we have to communicate with each other. We have to go into the heart. And we have to find forgiveness within ourselves. That is first and foremost, okay? And in the other person. And we have to come together because they are here for us. They are here to help us move through. And we are here for each other. We're not going to do this alone, okay? That's why we're here. That's why they're here. Okay? They'll always be there. No matter whatever you think is ugly or unlovable. They're here to love that about you. Specifically, they'll love that the most about you. Okay, it's not going to end it all. This is here for the long run. Okay, this is here to heal you. Okay, to free you. Okay, to bring you out of sadness, of grief, of lack, of insecurity, not feeling enough. Okay, it's really, this connection is here to free you, free your heart, make you so enlightened and feeling the total fulfillment of your heart, of joy, the world, the end of the tarot, the successful completion. We did it. We got through it. We got through the hardest times of our lives. And maybe it's, money issues, whatever it is, right? This is what this person's here for. You're supposed to help each other. You're supposed to talk to each other, go through it. Okay. Yeah, there might be some grieving to do here. It's like you're in a timeless space right now. There is no rush, but there is only potential. And obviously we see grief a lot in your reading. And so I don't know if you're grieving somebody or you're grieving, from an argument, from a separation, from a death. And maybe a fight has triggered the missing of someone or a trauma within your life, but let yourself feel these emotions, okay? Because they're being brought up for a reason. They're being triggered for a reason, okay? Maybe it's within a relationship, a father or mother relationship in your life, okay? But we have to see that people are flawed. We are flawed. People are flawed. And that they're not always going to be perfect, or they're not always going to live up to our expectations. And we can't expect that all the time. That other people suffer as well. Okay, even in our own parents, We have to accept that they're just human beings. Okay, that they are flawed by nature. Human beings are flawed by nature. Not everyone's going to act in the ways that you wish them to all the time, or be there when you feel you need them to, especially if we can't communicate that, especially if we just expect them to know something or expect them to act a certain way. Okay, we really have to open up the communication and be vulnerable in our sadness, be vulnerable in why we feel a certain way or what this triggered, or those types of things. That will bring us closer. That will allow other people to support us and be there for us. Okay, be our strength and heal maybe past wounds. Okay, but we can't expect perfection from anyone, especially ourselves or our partners. Okay, and we have to heal, and we have to move on, and we have to say, what does my heart truly want? Because you can get past this. You can forgive this. You can have your time for grief. You can have your time for sadness. Okay. And you have to ask yourself, is this something I can forgive, I can let go of, because it will really help you grow. And it will end a cycle of pain. It will allow you to end a whole cycle of karmic pain and patterns, and really bring you into the fulfillment. Okay. I really hope this was helpful. I really hope I gave you guys something. I'm not, this is deep, and this is, it's really, it's heavy. So I really hope I didn't confuse you guys, and I gave you something to work with here. And I hope it just resonated at all. Please let me know if it did or not. Whether you want to give details, it's completely up to you. But there's two sides to every story. There's two sides to every truth. Though you may feel something, that doesn't, and that, that is true for you, but that does not mean that is the wholeness of the situation. And so without communicating and without expressing ourselves and how we feel, okay, we can never know what the other person's truth is in this situation. And we do not know all of their own traumas or sadness, or, things that have brought them to this point, and vice versa. We have to look at ourselves. I have made mistakes too. I have done things I'm not proud of, and I would hope someone else would forgive me. Right? And so I wouldn't be telling you this if I thought this relationship was not good for you. Okay, but Spirit is telling me very, very clearly that this is a soulmate. This is a connection that is something beautiful and something important in your life that can bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of freedom. And they might be your very vehicle to that freedom. Okay, forgiveness, finding forgiveness in our hearts is truly the way through that door. All right, so I really hope that, you took something from that. And thank you. Thank you for coming to this reading today. Please let me know if you did like it by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you found something useful in this today. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. You can also book an energy healing with me down below. And otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, Pile 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is what Spirit needs you to know. So, this is your reading if you chose this deck with this stone. I have all of your cards already, or your decks already picked here. So, we will just shuffle and we will get your message, and then we'll begin. Let's begin. This is what Spirit needs you to know. Four of Wands. Five of Swords. Eight of Wands. Temperance. The Star. Knight of Pentacles. Growth. The joyous, happiness, delight, interaction, open communication, goodwill, friendly persuasion, self-expression. Opposition, opposite viewpoints, personal differences, communication gap, disharmony, misunderstandings, estrangement. And we have keeping still. 52, meditation, self-renewal, composure, detachment, self-acceptance, equanimity, serenity. We're going to stop there for now. It's funny, we have open communication, we have a communication gap. Okay. So I feel like in the way that you're growing, okay, you are going to leave behind certain communities, okay. There are certain groups of people, and this could be, friend groups, this could be family, this could be work, any kind of community, all right, we're moving away from, because it's like we no longer align. We're kind of we're in opposition. The communication isn't there anymore. It's not quite aligning. And it's it's nothing that you're doing wrong or that they're doing wrong. It's just that you're growing in a different direction than them. And so what's happening now is that you're transforming. We have the lotus flower, we have dragonflies. They're both born in the mud, okay? And they both grow and grow and grow, and they leave that mud environment. And as they transform, they come into a whole new environment, right? They come up into the air, they come up to above water. So they're no longer, like, even dragonflies live their life underwater for the beginning of it. So do lotus flowers, right? And they, as they grow, as they transform, and as they change, they both go up and up and up and leave that environment and then blossom. As they blossom into who they truly are, into their final form, you could say, they become something else. And now they live in a different environment, because that environment was there for them for that time being, to grow them into who they were meant to become, and very helpful and very useful in that time. Okay, but in the way that grows and the way that blossoms, it cannot stay in that environment. Okay, and that is what is happening with you. All right, you are moving away from a certain community, a certain environment, okay, because you no longer, you're in opposition, you're facing different directions, okay? You're looking and seeing one way, they're looking and seeing another way. And there's no right or wrong, right? But this is us growing, okay? This is us growing. And in that, we're becoming something new, okay? We are healing. And in that healing, it's just no longer working with where we're at. It's no longer in harmony with where we've been, or where we've, with who we've been with, okay? And so you are being asked to accept this, accept yourself, detach from these people or from this place or from this environment. And because they want you to accept that there's no wrong being done here. There's no one's in the wrong. No one's, being punished. It is simply life. It is simply growth. You are simply being brought to a new environment that will now support you in this new version of yourself, which is the wholer version, which is a more healed and shining and bright version of yourself. Okay? It's just this environment, this place, and these people cannot contain the light in which you exude, in which you contain now at this point. Okay? It won't be a supportive, loving, and harmonious environment for you anymore. You'll just keep coming up against walls, against opposition, against disharmony. Okay, and so for you to blossom, for you to bloom, for you to be in this total self-acceptance and peace of who you are, and allow yourself to shine, allow yourself to be who you are in all of your phases, in all of your beauty, in all of your colors and strength, you must now go in somewhere else. You must now move in a new direction. That might be a new place, in a new community, in a new career, in a new job. It's some new space in which you can be seen and accepted and heard and loved for who you are now. Okay, it could be like a childhood home or a childhood place, and you're healing and you're growing and you're shining bright because you've healed and you're healing. Okay, and now you're in this really beautiful place of self-acceptance and you're letting yourself shine, but the people you're with maybe haven't been doing the work, and so they're trying to subdue your brilliance, or they're not accepting because they know an older version of you, right? So they won't see you for who you are now. They're seeing you from someone you've been, which is a distorted version of you, because it's not who you are anymore. It's who you were in the mud, right? And so we got to go into a new environment that only knows us as this shining light, this bright star. Okay, because they get that version of you, and they accept you as that. Okay, they don't have any other reference points of who you've been. Okay, to attach to you. And so you're now being asked to kind of be born into a new space in which you can be who you are and be appreciated and loved and seen for who you are now. All right, let's continue. Conjunction. Yeah. With all of your colors, with the dark and the light, it's all there, right? There's no bad, there's no good. It's just what it is. Right? It's just the experience. And so you might be finding, trying to lay blame on yourself or other people, or see, why is this happening? But it's only happening because you're healing, and that's a good thing. Okay? And no one's wrong, and it's just what it is. It's just a different way. It's just a different version of life. It's just, it's the next level to your own experience, and they'll have their own experiences as well. Okay, and movements as well. And so it's just accepting that it's all here, and it's all working, and it's all perfect, and it's all playing in to the beauty of it all, okay? And that you haven't done anything wrong and they haven't done anything wrong. It's just what it is. Sugar. Yeah. It's kind of finding the sweetness in what's happening. Even as, you know, as hard as it may be to grow and uncomfortable to maybe be in opposition with certain communities that have been, you know, so pivotal in our lives or in our growth. Okay, we have to know that we're just kind of coming into a different side of existence, another side of ourselves. And there's a lot of beauty and a lot of sweetness to that. There is a bittersweetness, right, to every experience. And so we kind of just have to come into that acceptance of the fullness of this experience and say, look, you know, nothing is just completely sweet. Everything has the bitter end. Everything has two sides to it, right? And so, but it's okay. That is life. That is every experience, and right, and doesn't make us bad, doesn't make them bad, nothing. It's just two different sides of a coin. Okay, look at that, baby, the sun. Okay, you're going into a much sweeter, even though this experience is bittersweet and we're coming into acceptance, we are coming into a much brighter, sweeter, more beautiful time in our lives where we're feeling more aligned, okay, and we're feeling more accepted, and we're feeling more ourselves, and life feels happier and brighter, and just we finally are coming out of the darkness into the sun, because we can be who we are and we can fly here, and we've just reached a level of growth in which we can move on, and why be, you know, feel bad about that? You know, and I'm not saying you should, because it's so natural, but Spirit really wants you to know that this is a good happening. This is something very sweet. We're trying to bring you to something very happy in your life, a lot more light, a lot more brightness, okay, a lot more enlightenment and attainment and attunement to yourself, and to happier times, okay, where you're seen and you're appreciated in the beauty and in all of the work that you've put into yourself, and where it's truly you're you know, you're not fighting against life anymore, you're against people anymore. It's like people get to actually, you know, they actually vibe with you and they see you, and we can fly together, you know, we're all shining together, and it's not like this competition. Yeah, 7 of Wands. No more having to defend ourselves and fight to be who we are, to say what we want to say. There's no more communication gap. It's just open communication. We can say what we feel. We don't have to defend what we think or how we feel, or, you know, things we do, because we really are working from a very healed, a very balanced place. Okay, you are a very balanced and solid person, and so, you know, if feeling this kind of mismatch, it's only because the environment's no longer containing or able to contain your sweetness or your light. So now we're being moved. Okay. The Hanged. Yeah, we're just seeing differently now. We got a new perspective. And this is the 8 of Wands. Now we're leaving, right? We're moving. We got the 8 of Wands twice. Yeah, so a lot of fast movement, okay? Fast forward progress. Queen of Cups. Take one more, and then 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, I love this. So we're finally being able to leave a space that we feel suspended in. And we were suspended here so that we would, you know, maybe strengthen our character, strengthen our resoluteness in ourselves and how we feel, and say that I do have a right to feel this way or see life in this way, and I do see life differently now. I'm seeing it at a different angle than everyone, in a different way than those around me. And that's okay, right? It doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't make me bad. Okay. And so now that we've completed this cycle and in this space, okay, we no longer will have to defend ourselves. Now we're moving in a new direction. We're moving forward, where now we can be vulnerable and open with our thoughts, with our heart, with our mind, and how we think and who we are, and shine and have that at the forefront, and be open with that, and be like, this is me, here I am, this is, how I see the world, this is how I think, this is my heart, this is my soul, right? And no longer feeling like I have to hide myself, or hide parts of myself, or hide what I think, or hide what I do, or hide who I am in certain ways. And maybe those around me hide who I am. And I don't feel open. I don't feel free. Right? I feel held back. I feel contained. I feel kind of locked up and blocked. Okay? I don't feel free to express myself and who I truly am, or what I truly think. Okay? And so we're now moving into a space where those blockages are melting away. Okay? And that where our hearts are in, we can be open and vulnerable and hear and, be loving and express and shine our light, shine our love, shine our hearts, right? Instead of having to hide it away or hold it back in one way or another. Yeah, no more compromising. 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups, trust. Seven of Swords with politics. The High Priestess. And the 3 of Wands. Yeah, we're coming into more balance and more reciprocation within our relationships, and within our whoever it is that we come in contact with. Okay, and we can kind of, we're trusting, we're falling into the abyss, and this is something we can trust. We're being brought into company we can trust, that is going to appreciate us and see us and is more like us. Okay, they think more like us, or they are at least open to our ideas, or to who we are, or to our way of life. Okay, and we're moving away from the masks, people who act nice to your face, but truly they have ulterior motives, or they talk about you behind your back when you're not there, or they truly, don't accept you, but they might act, kind, or whatever it is, but they really don't have the pureness of heart and spirit as you do. On this level, at least, it's just not lining up anymore. You're here for the real. You want real connection. You're like, I don't want these masks and these walls in front of me anymore with people. I really want the vulnerability. I really want us to connect in a real way, right? It's like you feel that there's something misaligned, right? And there is. Okay, and so trust in where you're being led. Trust in these new experiences coming in for you, that your ships are coming in, that there is movement coming in. You might be traveling somewhere, moving somewhere, going somewhere else. And in this space, okay, you can trust in where you are being led, because it is leading you somewhere much more balanced and reciprocated, and where you can shine and be who you are in all of your brilliance, okay, and be accepted. And you can finally come into that piece of yourself and who you are, and come into more sweetness, come into more love and light, and feeling at peace, okay, with life and with your path. Okay, you're very intuitive. You know what's going on. All right. And so look forward to the future. Look forward to where it's leading you, where it's taking you, because it's really just trust in where you're falling, where you're going. Because all it's leading you out of is a place and with people that are, they're no longer matching your vibration. Okay. It's no longer supporting you, growing you, loving you. It's you're coming away from the facade and the lies and the fakeness. Okay. So trust in where spirit is leading you and guiding you, and know that it is bringing you to your happiness. Okay? To true fulfillment. All right? So that was your reading today, pile 2, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. All right. Yeah, please let me know in the comments if you did, if you got anything out of this that was helpful. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel, so you never miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading, pile 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is what Spirit needs you to know. So, this will be your reading if you chose this stone along with this deck. Now, I already have all of your decks picked out that Spirit guided me to today. So we're just going to shuffle them here, and then we'll begin. All right, so if you would like to, meditate, just kind of sink into the ASMR of the decks being shuffled, or you could fast forward, that's okay too. Totally up to you. You guys got a lot of decks. You guys got the most of anyone. So, Spirit definitely has a big message for you guys today. lot of cards here for you guys. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we have the Princess of Swords with the Activist. Perseverance. King of Cups. This is the Lovers with Harmony. This is the Waiting Game, and this is the Two of Swords, I believe. I could be wrong. But the Waiting Game nonetheless. We have Tao Setians, resilient, bold, sassy. And we have Nephilim, controversial, assessing new perspectives. Looks like he's looking at her. We have the Taming Power of the Great, self-discipline, concentration, strengthen your character from within, self-awareness, realizing potential. And fit one more. I thought there might be a little bit of love going on here. The attraction of opposites, seduction, temptation, magnetism, a passionate encounter, meeting halfway, coupling, sexual union. Yeah, I mean, we have the Lovers. We have these two. All right, let me take a look at your first message and what we're seeing here. Okay, so basically, I see you as this activist here. Whether you're a princess or you're a prince, you know, you figure that out. But I feel like your spirit is very independent, very strong, okay, in who you are, in your strength, in maybe your convictions, in your opinions, in how you see the world. And this is a very good thing. Okay, it's a very good thing. It's a very positive thing about you. It also attracted someone or will attract someone into your life. But you've been in this place of waiting for some time now, because you were here basically to learn how to be in harmony with someone else. Okay, maybe you were alone for a long time and you're very independent, and that's not a bad thing whatsoever, okay? It makes you stand up for what you believe to be right, and you know, you're very much who you are, sassy, resilient, bold, exactly what this is saying, okay? And you needed to be this way. I see a lot of orange here. It's your like your sexual power, it's your creativity, okay? You stand out. You're very strong in who you are, in your creative pursuits, in your opinions, in your style, okay? Basically, this time you've been in of waiting, of going round and round, maybe within your projects, within life in general, okay? Because it was because you two were meant to come into harmony together. So I don't know if you're with this person or not yet. I assume most of you are already together, because this person is your mirror. Okay, they're your other, and so they also are very strong in how they think or feel and see the world. And you guys are, a very powerful couple here, attraction of the opposites. All right, and you are meant to go through life, or to do this thing together. Okay, whether it's romantic or not, you are in this space to come into complete harmony and mirror each other. You guys were a beautiful mirror for each other. You're supposed to tame and discipline yourself so that you could put down, because this type of person and personality comes with a big ego, right? Nothing wrong with that. It happens, right? It made you who you are. But at the same time, part of your path was to come to be able to put that ego down so that we could live in harmony together, so that we could do what's best for each other, and not just like, I'm this independent so-and-so, and whatever I do alone, or I don't care what anyone else thinks. And maybe, and that was like beneficial for you for a time, but it wasn't all of you. Okay. And you are here to share this with someone else. And that means putting our ego aside, becoming more self-aware, strengthening who we are within a relationship as well. And we are meant to share that. We are meant to, yes, this is still a beautiful part of us, and it will come out in our creativity and in how we, look and style ourselves, right? But we are meant to put down our egos in order to share and be in harmony within someone else. And sometimes that means, losing some of our opinions, or not, being so hard-headed or stubborn. Okay. So that we can create a life that is harmonious for both people, so that we can truly transcend, certain ideas or certain attitudes, so that we can be more selfless, okay, within this other person, and so that we can become one, so the two can become one. And this does remind me a lot of pile 1. If you were attracted to that at all, maybe check it out. But you were meant to learn perseverance within who you are, and strengthening that character, but also perseverance within a relationship, and coming up against each other, and persevering, and changing and becoming, and deepening into ourselves, but also into the other person. And so I want to know what Spirit wants you to know about this. I think they're just explaining why you've been in these cycles over and over and over again. I think whatever space that you're moving into next, you are meant to learn perseverance, because you guys are meant to build something very big. Okay, maybe that is your activism coming through. Maybe you're about to change something with this person, but you need this other person in order to do this successfully. And they don't want you to give up. And this was so that you wouldn't give up. Okay, we need you to lean on each other and help each other and support each other, because you both together can do this, not alone. Okay, so we're going to put out some more cards. Let me just see if I got everything. It's giving us, at first, it may have seemed controversial, or even us as a couple might be controversial in certain ways. But we were meant to see new perspectives on ourselves, on life, on what we wanted, right? We weren't meant to do this alone. We weren't meant, our values have changed, or they will change in who we are, what we want. And so we're meant to kind of come together to becoming one. We're meant to be one of the same, to make this goal happen. And so we had to go around and around again until we realized that fact that I can't do this alone, or I need this person. I need to make this work. We need to come into pure harmony together, into love, where we're considering each other. We're considering each other's feelings and what the other wants and what the other needs, instead of just, maybe thinking of ourselves or getting ahead, those kinds of things. All right, we have the Six of Cups. The Magician. The Chariot. Ten of Pentacles, very nice. The Seven of Pentacles. The Magician again. Wow. Almost want to put them under each other, but they fall where they may. Queen of Wands. Justice. Ace of Swords. And the Four of Swords. We're going to stop there. Because we have two magicians, you guys are both very powerful manifestors, very powerful creators. You both contain a ton of creative energy, okay? You're both very, very powerful, and you're meant to build something of great worth and great value and long-lasting security and abundance for yourself. Maybe a community, maybe a foundation, a life, a home, a business, maybe a larger worldwide thing. There's something that you are now beginning, you're about to move into, because there has been balance found within you both. It's like, as individuals, we have come into acceptance of ourselves and into our full power of our creative power and our confidence in who we are, in what we create, okay? And healing our past, healing ourselves, and therefore really appreciating the other and who they are and what they have to bring to the table. Okay, so it's not a solo game, even though we are very much both individuals and very strong and powerful in who we are alone. We are even more so that much more powerful together, and us coming together, it's just unstoppable. Okay, we can really, really create anything that we want, that we put our minds to, can be a possibility, a real possibility for us, and will be. Okay, this is us realizing our true power and us coming together and making sure it's like us no longer just looking out for ourselves, but also looking out for the heart of the other and making sure that what's good for me is also good for you. And I'll never just think about myself again. I'll always have you in mind. You're always there in my heart. You're always there in my mind. Every action, everything I do, it's with you in mind. Okay, we are connected on a soul, on a heart level. Okay, so this is like very, very deep, a deep respect for the other creator. Okay, a deep, deep respect, and a deep respect for ourselves and with that other person as well. And because that was the point. And that because we needed to get to this point in order to begin, so that we get out of the loop. We have figured it out. We've gotten out of the loop. We have both come to our fullness of who we are, and then together as well, okay, and freed ourselves and freed each other. And so now we're moving, and now we're having success. Now we're receiving the reward, okay, the victory. Now we are beginning the build. Now we are coming into our fullness, our success, our legacy, what we're here to leave behind, our fullness of our creation. We can now begin to build, okay? And now we are leaving behind having to do all of the foundation work. We have freed ourselves Okay, we now get to leave this space of, I want to say restlessness, of the going within, freeing ourselves of all of the traps. We have really looked at everything that was holding us back, from ourselves, from love, from doing this together, from being free enough, maybe working on our communication skills, doing the hard work, doing the drudgery, really, really taking a deep dive into ourselves as individuals, and also, who we are in a pair, and yeah. So I just feel like there was a lot of reflection that needed to be done, and foundational work, a lot of patience, a lot of going and resting and being put in one space so that we would do it over and over and over again. And now we are ready. Now we are freed. Now we are in our own power, and also in mutual respect of the other, so that we can now enter this space of building something greater than us both. Okay, and knowing that we are capable, and that we have the tools, we have the communication tools, we have all the tools that we need in order to build something in the real, in the physical, that we can bring down our ideas and use our creativity for the benefit of not just us, but people around us, or for a larger community as a whole, for the world as a whole, possibly. Like, you guys are very much, I think, rebellious, and you're like trendsetters. You're kind of at the forefront of thought. Okay, and so what you're creating is not just beautiful, but it's beneficial. Okay, for, I think, more than just you guys. Okay, follow your own rhythm. What did I just say? Rebellious. Okay, you follow your own rhythm, both of you, and together you make such a unique beat. Okay, such a unique song, and you have to let yourself follow that. Let it flow. Okay, Six of Pentacles. We're not just looking out for ourselves anymore. We're looking out for the other, but also for more. And the more that we receive, the more we can give and share. And so this is not just me. This is both of us, and we are making sure that this is fair. That this is, we're both being looked after. That we are both being considered, and that we are both feeling appreciated and loved. Okay, and happy. You're coming into more balance in energy, where we're both being fed, we're both being heard, we're both feeling appreciated by the other, and we're both getting abundance, okay, and happiness. And finally, the sun is coming out. Finally, we're being able to move into more love and lightness and joy and enlightenment. Okay, enjoying every moment. Two of Pentacles. Take this moment by moment. Look at this, baby. Six of Wands with success. Success. Amazing. You guys are going to have so much success. Oh my gosh, you have silence. This is a star. You guys are going to be well known for something. All right, there's something big here that you guys are going to have. Whatever you're building here is going to be well known. You're going to get recognition for it. And so they're saying, just take it one step at a time and enjoy every step there, because what you are creating is something bigger than you both. Okay, it is truly something that you're going to be known for, whether that is in certain communities or that's worldwide, or you're going to take this on a grander scale. Okay, this is bringing you so much joy and happiness. You are literally on the road to your ultimate success, fulfillment, happiness, enlightenment. Okay, stardom, being known for something, being in the spotlight. Eight of Wands. Okay, traveling. Hold on, we got three more. I'm going to put them down, or two more, sorry. Transformation, death, and the Sustainer. Okay, that's why you guys were in this space of going round and around and around. So that, look, round and around, you were shaping yourselves and each other to sustain this creation, to sustain what it is that you're building, so that you would find your own rhythm so that you would know the sound. I'm just going to cover, we got a little nip action there, so that we would find and be able to recognize, okay, this is my rhythm and I have a unique rhythm, and it's not going to get lost in the other one. They have their own rhythm, but together we make this amazing song. And we're both very different, attraction of opposites, right? So we both have something very unique to bring to the table. Together, it's just this unbelievable creation. So powerful, so strong. What we're going to create is going to be very well known, okay? We're going to be recognized. We're going to be known for something. Maybe it has to do with traveling. Okay, maybe you guys are doing some kind of travel show, or I don't know, whatever you do, maybe it requires you to travel. It requires you to go to faraway places. Okay, maybe what it is you do is known in many different areas, and you're going to get seen in many different areas. Okay, but what you guys are traveling soon, I believe. You guys are going soon. You're coming out of this waiting game and you're traveling, okay? Because your transformation is complete, okay? You guys have really come into a different space. The phoenix is now ready to fly. You guys are ready to take these steps forward, moment by moment, okay? You're going to start your journey, start your traveling, start this mission and creating this thing, all right? Now, before I let you go, I'm going to read this one out of the book for you. 5 change, this big change happening. Deep within you are, does that make sense? Deep within you are moved by an ancient, powerful force that cannot be tamed. It is the rising pulse of your connection to the life force. You feel it in your bones, in your blood, in your heart, and in your belly. When there is something dying within, you sense it falling away, no longer needed, death. Okay, you sense when it is time to rest and be patiently in transition. Rest, patiently in transition. Okay, you feel the stirring of agitation and restlessness when new life calls you to create. 8 of Wands. Okay, act, to step forward and to take a risk. You know that you march to your own beat, that no one else can tell you what your inner rhythms are and what you must trust, and you must trust in your own timing. You cannot be rushed or forced, nor can you be held back when it is time to burst forth. Life celebrates and supports the natural rise and fall of your inner rhythms. This oracle brings you the special message that you cannot miss what you were destined for, nor will you gain anything by trying to push yourself. Trust in the life cycles within, and you will feel the perfect balance between effort and surrender, discipline and letting go. When it is time for the rhythm of rest, you will feel a natural slowing within and be drawn into contemplation and environments that are more gentle, spacious, or nourishing, and perhaps more peaceful. I believe that's where you've been. When the rhythm of play beats in your heart, you will reach out to others to connect, dance, converse, sing, make music, make love, and share your wildness. You will be drawn to uplifting groups and places where you can experience a positive, energetic exchange. Your needs will be met in harmony. Remember harmony? Sorry, I don't want to mess everything up, but harmony is back there. Okay? With your own rhythms. All that you will miss out on by trusting this is anxiety. What you will gain is peace. If you, no, we haven't. Okay. This oracle has the even stronger message for you that you must surrender your attachment to doing things the way others think that you should be done, that they should be done. Whether that be the hours that you sleep or the way you structure your day or your creative work. You must honor your need for rest and replenishment as well as your need for play. Sometimes an afternoon nap or trip to the beach will do far more than you slogging away when you are mentally depleted and in need of rest. Sometimes you need to work when the energy is flowing, even though others may say it's too much and you must stop now. You are an empowered individual, and you have the intelligence and wisdom to choose for yourself. Experiment with what works best for you and tailor your lifestyle so that it nurtures your best self into being. So I love that because it gave it such this reading, another layer. Okay, so that is beautiful. And that is what you have been learning, is trusting your own rhythm. When you need to work, when you need to rest, okay, and knowing that it is okay, because what you're building is something long lasting and a void of time, okay. It is here, you are here to sustain this, okay, this creation, and you can only sustain it if you truly listen to yourself and you don't just work at the same pace as other people, because that will leave you depleted, okay, and will leave this project or this manifestation in your life depleted. Okay, it needs your fullness of your energy. It needs you to know when to go into silence and when to be in celebration. Okay, in moment to moment, it's asking you, what do you need? You need to ask yourself by moment, what is it in this moment that I am required, that is asking of me? What is my body asking of me? What is my mind asking of me? What do I feel? Do I feel inspired to work on this thing, or to garden, or to, go for a walk, or do I need rest? Okay. We need to feed the things in our lives which will create more happiness, more joy, okay, and more success. And that is so, so individualistic. And you are very, very individualistic, okay, very rebellious in the most positive light. And what you are building is something so unique that you do not, other people's way of doing things is not going to work for you. And so that's why you've been going round and round and round to find your own rhythm, to listen to the rhythms of your own heart and your own beat. Okay. And you and maybe this other person as well. And if you haven't met this other person, I really feel that you will be. Okay. You are reaching a big success. You are getting well known. And that because you got here from doing your own thing, not from doing it how everyone else does it. So don't have guilt if you're like, oh, I shouldn't be resting right now, or I should be working, or it's like, what do you feel like you're doing? Because you're an individual, you're a star, okay, and you're creating a stardom. You're creating a something different that no one else has done. Okay, and so your life is going to look very different from those around you. And so you have to be at peace with that. Okay, that you are different. All right, and so you will be moving and traveling and doing things your own way. And so you have to come into acceptance of that self and of that version of you and of this life that is yours and yours alone. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you in any way. I hope it made sense. I know it was kind of a lot. There was a lot of pieces here, but I hope it made sense to you in some way or another. Please let me know in the comments if it did. Also, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, or you'd like to book an energy healing with me, you can do so down in the description box. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile 3, 3333, baby. Manifestation, let's go, creation. Something's getting born, something's being big created here. Okay, let's go. All right, so I'll see you in the next reading, pile 3. All of my love.